Hi and welcome back to the Nerd Shelves. I'm Judy.
And I'm Michael.
We are going to talk about top 5.
Top 5, well, our top 5 favorite board game characters.
Characters. Not a game. Characters.
Characters. So,
yes.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so I'm super excited to talk about this.
Yeah, this is a list that I've wanted to do for a while. Just because when there are some games when I play them and I just think, oh boy, that's fun.
Yes, and you love them so much. Some of them are very powerful. Some of them just because they look cute or pretty or handsome or
cool
very
or
cool.
what exactly. Yeah, that's a really good point. Now, we haven't really discussed this much when we did our own list, but that's a really good point because, yeah, some of my favorite characters in board games are my favorite characters for different reasons. Like you said, some are really powerful in the game and I like playing with them.
Yeah.
Some of them I just think are
It's so cool.
pretty cool. So I like them. And some of them are characters that I play with. Some of them are characters that show up in the game. So that they're just different. These are just different characters that show up in board games. And these are my 5 favorites.
So we are not talking about Star Wars because it will be everyone in there.
My top 5 would be Star Wars. That's another really good point, Judy, is we decided that we weren't going to do characters that are from other things that
These
are
from movies, right?
that are put into board games because those are movie characters that you just happen to play with. So so like I would have Yoda as 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe Chewbacca in there.
I know. How could you not?
Things like that.
Yeah.
So these are actual board game characters.
And the Marvels too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So all of my
A
Marvel
lot.
characters and things. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So we are gonna start from number 5. Do you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm curious. I want you to go first.
I'm so excited about this topic. Seriously.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Okay, number 5. My favorite is I actually love naming characters.
Yeah.
And I give this character a name called Bushy.
Bushy.
And that is the blue cat in the Isle of Cats.
Oh yeah.
He is the only cat that's got a huge tail and is so
There's just one.
very
yeah.
bushy that I
Yeah.
just give him a name
Huh.
Bushy.
That's funny. That I was not expecting that.
Not at all.
Well,
I love cat. I'm a cat lover.
no, that's valid and totally true, and I should have expected that from you.
Yeah.
But I didn't because when we did this, I was thinking actual characters that have some sort of ability in the game or do something in the game, but that's literally just one of the blue tiles.
I actually just, can't stop smiling
Yeah.
every time I see that cat in the game.
Makes perfect sense. Absolutely.
cute.
Because every time we play Isle of Cats, every time, like you say, Judy names characters in games all the time.
Yeah.
We'll probably find out on your list.
So many.
But whenever Bushy comes out, Judy just loves it. So yeah, fair
love
enough.
I want to
Great one.
have a cat named Bushy just because of that. With huge tail.
Yeah.
I'll brush the tail every day.
That was a good one.
What is yours?
Okay, so my number 5, now there is a very good reason why this is my number 5. My number 5 is the driver operator from Flashpoint Fire Rescue.
I know you love that.
Yeah.
Every time we play the game, you have to put on the sirens just for that.
That's okay. There are multiple reasons why this is my
Okay.
favorite one. Okay, first of all, when we play Flashpoint Fire Rescue,
Yeah.
in most cases, I think it's really important to play with the deck operator, the deck gun operator at the beginning of the game because basically what his character does is he can just sit in the fire engine and drive around and put out fires like crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, and we pretty well figured that out,
Yes.
that that's how you win the game. But, like Judy said, every time I drive the fire engine around the outside of the board, I have an app on my phone, and I play the
Sound.
siren sound, and I just think it's hilarious, and I love it, and I will always play with that character even if I don't need to, just because I want to do that.
It is so funny because there's so many different sounds in that app.
Yeah.
And one of the sound we play in our playthrough, live stream playthrough,
Yeah.
it actually has media coming up as well. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, it sounds so overwhelming.
So overwhelming. Yeah.
So fun. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
Yeah. So that, I mean, I don't know why I only put it at number 5. There are reasons, but that could be my number 1 because that's my funnest
Yes.
character.
Yes. Love it. All right. My number 4.
Number 4.
Oh. Okay. Number 4.
Okay.
His name is Frederick.
Frederick, yes.
And he's from the Architect of the West
Yes.
Kingdom.
And you didn't name him that.
No, because he already got a name.
Yeah, Frederick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he is red. That's how I know him. Because, oh my God, I sound like I'm knowing somebody I'm dating. That's how I know him because I always play red.
That's how we got to know each other.
That's how I know him.
Yeah.
Because I play red all the
Yep.
time and he's red.
Yep, fair.
And he's got all the gears up and like looking tough. Anyways, he is so strong.
Yeah.
So, to play this game, he has nobody in the prison. And he
You start with no one in prison, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Really good. And he can get like 4 coin, the
Yeah.
currency, and virtue is 7 already, and 1
Wow.
stone. So
Wow.
it's quite basic. It's not too
Yep.
crazy high
Nope.
or crazy low.
Right in the middle.
But-
I think even in the base game, I think everyone starts at 7 anyway, so I think that's just right even.
Yeah.
Or something. I
The
can't remember.
average.
Yeah,
Average.
it's average.
Yes. So his special power,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I love about him because whenever I play him, I can just keep going.
Okay.
So throughout the whole game, he does not need to discard the building card when advancing work at a cathedral.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how when you work on a cathedral, you
Yeah.
have to get rid of a card?
Yeah.
For him, he can just go there whenever he wants. How tough is that?
That's pretty cool. Yeah, the cathedral's really important,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, you have to get rid of whatever the resource is for that next step
Yeah.
on the cathedral. There's resource you have to get rid of, and you have to get rid of one of your building cards from your
And
hand.
that's really hard for me because I usually don't have a lot of card in my
Yeah.
hand. So if I don't play him, I usually got really
Yep.
weak at building the cathedral.
It works to your strategy for
Yes,
sure.
I love this
Cool.
character so much.
Yeah, good one. That
Almost
shocked me.
like I dated him before. And what's your
boy.
number 4?
So, but wait, both your 5 and 4
Mm-hmm.
surprised me.
Really?
But both of them make sense.
Yes.
So cool.
What's your number 4?
Okay, my number 4. This is actually a game I don't think you've played yet.
Possible.
Okay, so my number 4 is the gelatinous cube from Ex Libris.
I want to play that
I know you do.
game. I just
We'll be
haven't
playing
yet.
it soon, but so there's a couple of reasons why this is on my list.
Mm-hmm.
One, I don't even want to play with this character all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun ability. Like there's many different really cool characters in this game. It's one of the things I love about this game. But first of all, I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a he or a she,
Mm-hmm.
is the gelatinous cube. Literally just a green blob. But what I think is even better is that this character's special ability is very thematic. If you think about what a gelatinous cube, what a blob of jelly would do. So basically, what this character can do is, and I wrote it down just so I get it right. So it's like a worker placement, and when you put that character on one of the locations, if another character goes to that location, you can basically absorb them. So what you do is you can, when another player visits the same spot, they must give you one of their cards from their hand. Right? So it's like the gelatinous cube is just like loop, absorbing the cards from that player's hand. I think that's
Wow.
pretty cool.
I can just picture the squishy jelly
Squishes
kind
out,
of.
exactly. But the player has the option if they don't want to, then you can do one of your special actions. But I just think it just fit.
Yeah.
When I first learned how to play the game and I saw, oh, the gelatinous cube, that's cool. And then I read its special ability, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
That's so
I don't
fun.
know.
I really want to play that
I
game.
know you do. We should. But
Especially now I know that character.
Yeah.
I really want to play it.
But there's some really neat characters in that game. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's my number 4 is the gelatinous cube from Ex Libris. Because it makes me
that's
laugh.
fun. Makes sense too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now let's move on to
Number 3.
number 3.
All right, what's your number 3?
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, number 3. I have not played this game yet. Have you, yes,
then it's
but
your
I'm
favorite
going to
character?
explain.
Okay.
Have you have this first sight love
Love
feeling?
at first sight? Yeah, when I met you.
Oh, thank you. Now, this girl, I love her. I'm sorry if I offend anyone, but I love her because she's got a resting face.
The resting bee face.
I love it so much. She's a character. You will see it everywhere. She's on the box, right on the box. It's from Circadian's First Light.
First light. Oh, yes.
So you will see she's at the very left side, and she turn around and give you a resting look. And I don't know the game yet, but I name her Jen. And Jen likes to say, shut up.
Okay.
It's like the other guys at the box, they're talking deal or something, they're shaking hands, and she just turn around like, shut up.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
I actually put on the Twitter and say, anyone, seriously, what's her name? What does she do? I'm going to get this game. Not quite yet, because we haven't get the game, but I want this game just because of her, because I fell in love. The first sight.
Totally.
I love it.
You know what? That picture is, I remember when you first showed me that picture, I'm like, yeah, she's pretty cool. Pretty
Very
cool.
cool.
I like it. Yeah.
I love it. That's the only character I ever just first sight
Yeah.
in love, and I want to play that game just because of that.
Fair
And
enough.
I do know it's going to be a good game because it's from Shem Phillips.
Yeah.
Nothing bad from him yet
Not
that
yet.
I play, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Totally.
So that's kind of blurry because I haven't played, but I fell in love. So
Cool. I like it. You know what? though?
again, no offense if anyone out there thinking, wow,
How rude.
I really love her.
Hey, she's tough and strong, and I love it. It's great.
She's got character, right?
Yeah, and got character. Cool. I love it.
What's yours?
I don't have any that I haven't played with yet, but that's pretty cool. My number 3, I'm pretty sure you think this is my number 1,
Okay, I want to guess that.
but
okay.
it's not my number
Is
1.
he very hairy?
He's very hairy, yes.
Okay.
This could be my number 1. My top 3 are very hard.
Okay.
My number 1 is the Berserker from Raiders of the North Sea.
He's just so powerful.
Well, he's so powerful. He just looks so fierce and
Yes.
cool. It's not as much of, well, it is the character, but it's the art that goes along
Yes.
with the character that I think is so amazing.
Grabs you right into it.
Yeah. So basically, and the Berserker, his abilities really fit my
Your
fit my
strategy, right?
strategy. So the Berserker is not a character that you can play with, but it's one of the cards, one of the crew members that you can add to your crew if you get that card. So basically, in Raiders of the North Sea, you have a crew, and they cost money to go into your crew, and then they have military powers, attributes, like from 0 to 5 or 6 or whatever it is. With the Berserker, what he's really great for a couple of reasons. One, his military strength is actually 1 higher than his cost, which
Amazing.
doesn't happen very often in that game. So I think he only costs 3 to hire,
Yeah.
but his military is 4, which is strong. But here's the beauty of it, is that when he dies in battle,
In a raid.
in a raid, right? When you are raiding, and then if you have to kill one of them off, you don't lose him. He doesn't get discarded. He comes back into your hand, and you can replay him again.
Yeah.
And in that game, that mechanic makes sense because he's a little bit cheaper to hire.
Yeah.
So every time he comes back to your hand, you can hire him again for a little bit cheaper, and he's strong. He's just great for the game. He looks cool.
Very cool.
The art is amazing. So
Yes.
as I'm saying this could be my number 1.
Yeah, I really thought that's your number
Yeah.
one.
The reason why it wasn't my number 1 is because he's not actually your playing character.
I see.
He's just a card that comes in the game. So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't make it my number 1, but I love the Berserker. The last time we played Raiders of the North Sea, you stole my Berserker, and I was so mad.
I have to. I have to. You're so good at building strategy around Berserker, though.
Yeah.
So when I see that, I just have to take.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do.
another one. Take
Yeah.
again.
And the funny thing is I wasn't hurt because it
Mm-hmm.
ruined my strategy. I was hurt because he's my friend and you took him away from me.
I knew it, so I take it.
Speaking of love at first sight. Anyways, so that's my number 3.
Tough love.
Yeah, tough love. There you go.
All right. Now comes to number
Number 2.
number 2.
Now we're getting into it.
Ho, ho, ho.
I
Number 2.
I can't think of what your number 2 would be.
It might surprise you,
Okay.
but I actually love this game so much.
Okay.
It's the Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Oh.
And I know
yeah.
it's hard to guess because I'm very friendly in the pub, right? So everyone in there, I love
Yeah.
it.
And Judy's named every single character in that game.
Yes, but this one, I like him. His name is Phillips.
Phillips.
He is the brewer
The brewer,
because
yep.
the Phillips beer.
We have a Phillips brewery here in Victoria, BC, in
Yeah,
Canada.
it's local
Yep.
brewing company.
Yeah.
So I have to, right? It's he's brewing beer. I have to call him Phillips. He works so hard. So
Fair-
he
oh
is
my
at
gosh,
the
it's so funny.
right side bottom corner of the player board.
Of your player board, yeah.
Yes. So he accepts the dice of value 1 and dice value 6.
Yeah.
So when you get rid of this this die,
Mm-hmm.
you receive 1 beer,
Right.
right? So if you place like 2 of the value 1 and 1 of the value 6, now you receive 3 beers.
3 beers.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you upgrade it, you receive 2 beers per die. So
Per di- yeah, it's pretty strong.
So
And beer is the currency in the game is you have money to hire staff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you have beer as another currency to attract customers. So it's important.
It's
yeah.
very, very important.
Yeah.
And there is also card for the brewer. So you can play brewer card next to the brewer.
Right.
So it's multiplied. So
Multiplies,
now
yeah.
I already say we have 2 of a value 1
Yeah.
and 1 of a value 6.
Yeah.
Now if I have 2 brewer card, now I have 3 times 3. I can get 9 beer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
insane. That's very powerful.
That is really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His pub is gonna get
Yeah.
chain stores everywhere.
That's a great one.
I love that.
I love how thematic it is. But
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, though, that entire game,
Mm-hmm.
every character is so thematic.
Very good too. Yeah.
It's one of the most thematic games I know. Where,
Well planned.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything makes sense in that game.
Yes, and
Yes.
you can.
Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Very good. Check it out. One of my top 5
Yeah,
favorite
great game.
game.
Great
And there are different modules you can put
Right.
in as well.
Yeah.
The
Well,
signature
yeah.
and all that. So definitely check it out.
Definitely, yeah.
That's
But-
my number 2.
Cool, Phillips. I like it. Okay, my number 2. This is my second favorite because this character, yeah, the powers and the special abilities are good, but this character just looks bad.
And it beat Berserker. I'm
beat
very
Berserker.
curious.
This is Olga Romanova from Scythe.
Olga.
Yeah, Olga.
She has a tiger, right?
Yeah, she has the tiger. And the
Oh my
tiger's name is, I
God.
wrote it down so I wouldn't forget, Changa, right? I don't know. I just think she's
I
so
know.
cool. First
she's
of all,
so cool.
I think the art
Yeah.
in Scythe is one of my favorite board game arts there is, right? Oh, we even
Yes.
have that Scythe poster up there.
Love
But-
Scythe.
And just, all the encounter cards and everything is amazing. But that picture of Olga and Changa she's just so, she looks ruthless and
Yeah.
mean and tough, and I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
think the art is amazing. But her special when you play with Olga, and it kind of fits my strategy as well. But what she can do, and I think this is really powerful, is so in Scythe you have a player mat, and it has 4 or 5, depending if you get the factory and all that stuff, different actions you can do. But you always have to move your marker onto. You can never do the same one twice.
Yep.
Right? And sometimes that hurts you. Olga, you can do the same action over and over again. You don't have to switch it up.
That's powerful.
And I think that's really powerful.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, each character has different mech abilities. So when you deploy your mechs, they open up new abilities.
Yeah.
One of the ones that Olga does, which is pretty good, is anytime you have a battle where one of your workers is there, then you can add an extra combat card to make you stronger.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's pretty strong too.
She's up for a fight.
She's up for a fight. She is bad. I won't say the word.
Beep.
And I just think
Wow.
that's amazing. I
That's-
think it's so cool.
I love Sai so much, but
Yeah.
that's my honorable.
That was your
And
honorable
it will
mention.
it will
yeah.
be Anna and the bear.
Oh, Anna, yeah,
yeah,
another
that's
good
my
one, yeah.
honorable.
And
But
you know,
yeah, that's really cool. Good choice.
it's one of those things where, like, you know, we have daughters too.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when our oldest daughter especially will look at the art and look at that picture and just like, oh, look at her, she's awesome. And it's just
Yeah.
strength and just a great character to look up to. And
Yes,
I think
very.
I love it. I love it.
So much.
So that's my number 2.
She liked it so much. She's asking for a tiger as a pet, and we
Yeah.
said no.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
no.
Exactly. I mean,
That is so fun.
we have My Little Scythe, which is great, but
Yes.
it has cute woodland characters and stuff. It doesn't
A bit
have
different.
right where our daughter loves Olga
Yeah.
and the tiger. And,
Yeah,
so-
that is so cool. I love it.
yeah,
Good one.
Yeah,
okay,
that's my number
that
two.
definitely beat Berserker.
yeah.
Sorry, Berserker. Okay, top one.
Number 1.
Okay, I mentioned this game so many times. One of my another top 5 favorite game.
Favorite game? Okay,
Yeah,
let me
so-
think. Let me think. It's something from one of your favorite games.
But it's not heavy weight at all.
I don't know. I can't think of one.
It's I gave it a name. It's funny. This one it actually got a name, but I
You
just
changed
love
the
it so much. I give it a name.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Okay, his real
That clue told me what it was.
yeah, his real name is Mandrake,
Mandrake.
but I call it Gingy,
Gingy.
and it's from the Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Yeah, of course. I should have known. It looks like ginger, but it's not actually ginger.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah.
not. And it's funny because I didn't actually know he has a real name.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
keep calling it Gingy the whole time.
Well, because it's what is it, like a mandrake root or whatever?
Mandrake, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess so. Like
it's a
the
root.
root kind of.
Yeah.
So,
So
I
funny.
love him because he look very like cute but evil but cute. Does it make sense?
Mischievous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So got a spice because it's ginger.
Yeah,
Kinda.
totally.
But he's also very powerful in that game.
You do really well with the gingy ingredients. Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend a little bit time to explain here. So in this game, we don't want to get white token, which is cherry bomb.
Yeah, you don't want to explode.
You only
yeah.
if you put up to 7, your pot explode, right? So there-
7's okay. Up
yeah,
on
but
your 8th.
on
yeah.
8th will
Yeah.
explode, and there are many different ingredients you put in the pot. So when you draw Gingy,
Yeah.
there are 4 different sets of recipe book, and each set of recipe book it represents different power for different ingredients.
Yeah.
So for the first set, Gingy is very powerful already. So when you previous placed chip was a white cherry bomb, you get to
Sorry, the one you placed before the
Before.
ginger comes out? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
you get to put that one back.
Oh.
Oh,
put the
is
cherry bomb
right.
back. That's cool.
Yes. So
I forgot about that. Right.
now the second one is interesting because it's super powerful. Super powerful.
Okay.
The next chip that is placed after Gingy, okay, is moved twice as far as the number indicated on the ginger token. So if it's a 2, it's now moved 4 steps
Oh,
forward.
okay, cool. Yeah.
So picture if that's a 4,
Yeah.
it's now move 8.
yeah.
It's
wow.
crazy.
Wow.
But it's also more, it costs more to purchase that.
Yeah.
Right? So the third one, the threshold of blowing up the pot with the cherry bomb, if you have 1 out, it's now from 7 to 8.
Wow.
So you don't explode until
Anywhere in
number
your
9.
pot?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So
That's a good one.
now it's up to 8.
Yeah. And explodes on 9.
Yes.
Wow, cool.
So when your first yellow chip is out, that's what happened, right? But after you have 3 chips out,
3.
it's
Yeah.
now from 8 to 9. So you don't explode until
Whoa.
10.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So it's 1 chip
Yeah.
or 3
That's
chips.
powerful. Holy
That's
cow.
very
Yeah,
powerful.
very powerful.
Right? So you don't need to get 4 of Gingy,
Yeah.
but you want to get up to 3. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That is amazing.
So the fourth one of a ginger chip, that is really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna explain quickly.
Okay.
So say you have nothing on your pot
Okay.
of ginger, okay?
Okay.
So now I draw a ginger and
Yeah.
it's a 2.
Okay.
Now you don't move 2. You move 2 plus 1.
Because it's your first one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So if you have 2 gingers on the pot,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna move so on, okay? If you have 2 gingers on the pot, now you draw the third one and it's a 2. now you have 3 already, right? So it's 2 plus 3, so that's 5.
Wow. So you add,
Yeah, how
like
many?
if it's your first ginger, you add 1 to
Yes.
its total. If it's your second ginger, you add 2 to its total. If it's your third ginger, wow.
Yeah, after the number that you're moving. That's interesting.
We haven't played those 2
Those are
recipe books.
very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's Gingy.
Now I can see why it's your favorite.
Yeah.
And he looked so
So
mischievous and cute and
with
cool.
the hands like
Yeah,
this
going,
and the face. What's your number 1?
Oh, that's a good one, Judy. That was a really good
Sorry,
number
it took
one.
a long time.
No.
But that was worth explaining.
Yeah, that was really good. So, my number 1
Okay.
is going to be super quick
Okay.
because it's so obvious.
Okay.
My number 1, my favorite character in any board game
Okay.
is from Dead of Winter.
Zombie?
No zombies. Sparky the Wonder Dog.
Oh my god. Is he the one wearing cap?
Yeah, the cape, yep. Yep.
The cape and running.
Sparky the Wonder Dog has to be my favorite character of all time in any board game. It's a dog that fights zombies.
I know.
I mean, come on.
He's also a bad.
Yeah. So, okay, so basically, I mean, the dog's pretty
So
cool
strong. Very
anyways.
cute.
Maybe not the most powerful character in Dead of Winter, but with Sparky, if he gets bit by a zombie,
Yep.
then it's not, you don't take a bite, you just take a wound, which is a lot better for you.
Yeah.
And if the virus spreads throughout the colony, you ignore Sparky. It doesn't spread to Sparky. So he's
Wow.
basically immune from
yeah.
getting bit.
Because he's not human, so it doesn't
That's
get
right.
the same thing.
It's thematic, it's great, but I mean, some of these games like Dead of Winter, like Arkham Horror, whatever edition you play, these types of games, I mean, theme matters.
Yes.
They're like storytelling games, and
Definitely.
you know, you have all the zombies on the board and all your characters. You have like the drunk mall Santa. You've got like, you know, all of these really cool characters. So that matters to me when I play these games. And being Sparky, the Wonder Dog, running around, killing zombies, collecting guns, and doing all like it's just so fun.
It's so fun.
I was on Reddit and they were talking about all of their best scenarios with Sparky.
Yeah.
And one of them was, Sparky found a horse and he was riding a horse around. I was like, how can that not be your favorite character of all time?
Just imagine Sparky riding a horse and his cape was flying.
That's right.
And he's just looking so handsome like this.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. I mean, okay, here's the thing about all of these. I love heavy Euro type games. I love games where you are literally different colored cubes and
Yeah.
you're pushing cubes around on a map. Like, those are awesome. But games with these really cool, special, thematic characters
Yes.
are also fantastic.
Very much.
And for me, Sparky the Wonder Dog was the most fun and thematic and just what I wanted in a story the
Definitely.
most. So
Yeah.
that's why it was my number 1.
I can see why your top 2 beat Berserker.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I surprised myself when Berserker wasn't number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. But
Very-
good one.
Yeah.
That's our top 5.
That was fun.
I love it.
That was a fun one.
I was so excited to
Yeah.
do this. I
Yeah.
just can't stop smiling.
Yeah, that was really good. I'm glad we did it too. But what I want to know, I mean,
Yeah.
there are lots of games out there that have great characters
Definitely.
that we maybe haven't played or
Mm-hmm.
forgot about or didn't think about. There are some very obscure games that we've played, like High Noon Saloon has some funny characters
Mm-hmm. So
in
many
it.
fun characters there, yes.
You know, there's just lots of great characters out there. So we would love to hear what your favorite characters are and why. So please leave comments below. It would be
Put that in
fantastic.
comment.
Yeah.
Yes, we will chat about it.
Yeah,
I love this so
absolutely.
much.
Yeah, super fun. I'm glad we did that. So,
Yes.
if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when we post more videos.
Hit it. Hit
Hit
it
it.
hard.
Smash it.
We're going to have more fun stuff coming up.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Go ahead and get another game off of your nerd shelves.
take care.
Bye.